I'm Justin Davis, and this is Drone Camps RC. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Davis, and today I have something new from Wingsland. We're going to check out this little brushed quadcopter. It's not brushless motors, but it does have Wi-Fi on here, and it's kind of a fun little trainer. It does have Wi-Fi on my phone already connected. I have the app over here ready to go, and you can fly it from the app. You can see there's a little bit of a screen there for controlling a little bit of telemetry. There's no GPS on this quadcopter, but I can record and take stills as well. And I also have auto launch and auto takeoff, which is super cool, and auto land. But let's go ahead and record some video with this little guy. We'll do some flying, and we'll do this auto takeoff and see how well it does out here in the field. We have a nice wide open baseball field right here to fly in, so we'll see how it does. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and press auto takeoff, and it's asking me to confirm to take off. I'm just gonna say okay, and I'm gonna use my fingers for the on-screen control. Let me start recording the video, and I'll come back just a little bit toward us. This is a nice quad to fly outside on days when there's absolutely no wind, and today happens to be one of those days. It snowed last night, so it's super calm out today. I think we had a nice snowstorm and ice storm last night, so come on back over this way. And we should fly up a little bit and test out the range on this little guy. You're not going to get a ton of punch out with this quad. Mostly what this quad is all about is smooth flying characteristics. So let's check out the hover real quick, and then we'll go up and do some flying higher up. Let's check out this guy from all angles. And that's pretty much holding its own stable little hover. I kind of messed up the wind around it and underneath it, and it did move a little bit, but you see how that ground effect will happen even if I put my hand under it? Here we go. We're gonna go up. I'm using my on-screen controls on the phone. Just gonna go up and shoot some video. The camera's kind of pointed down a little bit on this quad, so that's one thing about this camera. It's not tiltable. You can't move it up or down, so what you see is what you get with the camera angle. But that's pretty high for that little quad right now. I'm kind of wondering how much range I actually have. You don't want to lose range over top of trees, that's for sure. Just cruising here a little bit. It's really relaxing and mild to fly, this one. If there was any wind at all, this definitely wouldn't be possible. Whenever you're flying these little guys too, you definitely don't want to go out of range or go in between things. If you go in like between yourself and one of these big trees in front of me, you would most definitely lose connection to the quad. So I'm going to spin it back around that way. It's actually got a pretty decent range. I'm up there a pretty good ways. This is pretty cool. Never really flown a little toy quad very high or very far away from me, but you know, Wingsland is a pretty cool company. They do some really cool little quadcopters, and that's actually a pretty decent range, better than some of the range I've gotten from some of the other toys like JJRC quadcopters. I feel like I can trust this quadcopter a little bit here, and as soon as I say that, I might lose connection. You know how that goes. As soon as you say you trust a quadcopter, there it goes. And it seems to be doing okay. I still have control even though I have that much height. And I'm just going to descend a little bit because I want to get below the tree line here. If I lose connection, it'll start to auto land. So think about that if you're flying over top of trees. I'm just going to turn back around this way and come back toward myself here. And realistically, I think you're going to get like a baseball field away with this thing before it starts to lose any kind of connection to your phone here on your Wi-Fi. And I'm still coming down. Let's just go ahead and switch over in high-speed mode as well so we can test that out for you. And if you have a wind situation, it's always better to fly in high-speed mode versus low-speed mode. This is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna go up higher again. This is fun. If I lose battery, it'll come back down. And it's so still outside right now. It's awesome. This is perfect. I have another quad in the car actually I was gonna fly today that's about this size. Now it seems to kind of be losing connection a little bit up there. It starts to spin around when it loses connection and it starts to come down. Right now it just spun really wildly for some reason. Whenever that does that, you want to regain your orientation with your quad, and also you want to start bringing your altitude down. Let that sun get in your eyes. And I'm coming back over this direction and I'm gonna descend a little bit. It seems to be a little bit touchy on the yaw axis, so keep that in mind. If you fly it up kind of high and you try to descend pretty quick, it also might throw some yaw in there, which is going to make the quad spin around, basically. And I don't want to get it in this tree over here. It's spinning again. Huh. Has a strange yaw spin to it sometimes. Still coming down. Takes a long time for this little quadcopter to get down. It's just so light, it wants to stay up there. Now generally with this quad, you could fly it close in and really have a lot of fun proximity flying it. But on a day like today, it's kind of fun to explore. So the battery is getting critically low, so I'm gonna bring it back in and land it, and there goes the battery. So if you get to that critical low battery point, it's just gonna drop out of the air, but not a super big deal because it only weighs like a few grams. This thing is super lightweight. What I like about it also is that it comes with prop guards already pre-installed, and they actually move. They kind of move left and right here on that horizontal axis. That's kind of nice. And let me go ahead and stop the video. I got about 6 minutes worth of video there, so I'm gonna say like a real-time estimate on the battery for this quadcopter. I'd say it's gonna give you 6 minutes, and I flew it as long as I could for you guys until the battery died. I think it's a pretty cool quad. It has a nice solid flying experience, kind of like something a little more expensive, like something like Horizon Hobby would have. And it really is not hard to control off my phone, except for that crazy yaw thing that it was doing. But that only happened when I got a little bit out of range or the battery got critically low. And you're going to charge this battery at your desk with the USB charger that came with it. It's just simply a cable that plugs into your computer. And it takes about an hour to charge up this battery. Comes with extra props in the box too, which I like a lot. Those props are a lot bigger than some of the other Inductrix style quadcopters, so this one's probably 3 to 4 times bigger than an Inductrix FPV. But this one will be fun if you wanted to upgrade it later to fly it with a 5.8. You could actually mod this thing to do that. That would be some fun. But you can get some extra batteries for this quad, and you should be able to get parts available because Wingsland is a pretty big company. And there is an IR sensor on the bottom of this, so it did detect my hand earlier, which is kind of cool. It was seeing my hand and sort of trying to avoid my hand, but that's for your auto takeoff and auto land mostly, to let it know it's near the ground and it needs to kill the motors. But fun little quad, and the app is decent. So as far as flying this for a beginner or somebody who's just getting into flying quadcopters, this is an easy bet for me, and I'd recommend this one, mainly because it's Wingsland, man. It's pretty decent. Not everything they make is great, but this one seems to be pretty good. It comes with a little 1S 600 milliamp battery. Not bad for a little micro. So let's go ahead and pack this one up and head back to the shop, guys. I'm Justin Davis. I had a lot of fun with this little X1 from Wingsland. Thanks again for joining me at the airfield. My little makeshift airfield here, the baseball field today. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take care, and thanks for subscribing. Bye-bye.